So many unanswered questions into the investigation of a deadly crash in Palm Springs 2 weeks ago that police say involved alcohol and/or drugs. Now, you may remember it caused a mess for morning drivers on Forest Hill Boulevard and south of Military Trail. Today, in-depth reporter Michelle Quesada is following up on that investigation and what the surviving victim's wife has to say.
A 38-year-old man was driving home from work at 2 a.m. heading westbound here on Forest Hill Boulevard when he was T-boned by a driver at the intersection. A driver police say was under the influence of alcohol and/or drugs. Now his wife opens up about that 3 a.m. phone call she never expected to receive.
It's one of those things like when you turn on the news, you always hear about another person getting into a car accident, but you just never imagine that it's going to be you on the other end of that phone call.
Patrice's fearless fight. That is the headline of a GoFundMe page set up by friends of a West Palm Beach man recovering from a serious crash. His wife, Natalie Sajus, sat down with me 2 weeks later, opening up about how this shook their world.
It has literally flipped my life upside down.
On a Wednesday morning, Patrice Sajus was heading back home from work where he's an aircraft mechanic. He was hit by 28-year-old Olivia Malley, Palm Beach County Sheriff's investigators say, when she blew through an intersection at, quote, a high rate of speed.
Hello.
Her car caught fire, shown in this video shared by a witness. Investigators say Malley was under the influence and died at the scene of the crash.
He remembers feeling a lot of heat and then hearing this like boom, like sound, like explosion. And that was it. He remembers being in the car, being in a lot of pain and screaming for the EMTs and the fire department because he saw them.
Patrice suffered from broken ribs, a broken clavicle, humerus, a chipped vertebrae, and nerve damage to his left arm. It's a long road to recovery till Patrice can go back to work, a job that requires full control of his hands.
I'm just lucky that he's alive, and like I said, I'm just taking it one day at a time.
The Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office says it cannot answer our questions on whether deputies had attempted to stop Malley before the crash happened or why they are certain alcohol and drugs were involved because it is an active investigation. Natalie says she is also hoping to learn more when the investigation concludes, but for now, her focus is her husband's recovery.
If you can keep him, especially him, in your prayers and thoughts, sending positive vibes our way, that's very helpful.
Michelle Quesada, WPTV News Channel 5.
We've also requested for any 911 calls of the incident from the sheriff's office and deputy dash cam video and are told it cannot be provided while the investigation is active. Some background on the driver. The sheriff's office says caused the crash. Court records show that Olivia Malley recently served 28 days in jail for drug possession. She also had a history of trouble with the law, including battery and reckless driving.